send Hags up? Yep.
So hello and welcome to Henson Park. It's the start of the 2014 AFL Sydney season, and we're coming to you live here from the beautiful Henson Park, looking an absolute treat today. We've had some weather in the area throughout the week, but it's come up fantastic and the ground will play no part in today's proceedings as we're just about to get underway. It's Sydney University taking on the Bombers, and we're in the centre and we're underway in the 2014 season in the AFL Sydney. Ball's tied up in the middle. Much anticipation for the start of the season this year. And we're underway here. Sydney University is going backwards there. He's found Barnes off half-back. Goes wide. This is Botten Noonan wearing the headgear. Inside, but just camped underneath that. It's good work by Haddon, pushing back and taking the relieving mark. Good kick outside. Looking there, I must admit, no team sheet so far from North Shore, so there are a few numbers out there that we do not know. Apologise for that. And on the other side of the ledger, we've had about 9 changes to the team sheet provided on the Sydney University side, so apologies in advance for any errors in the call. Vajavandi now with the ball. Such an exciting player. We saw plenty of him last year. They go forward, but this one chopped off. It's Garrity. So let's go short. They've worked this well, Sydney University, just working it across the ground. Perry. Another short one. Just maintaining possession. Fremantle, his kick down the line, playing close with the line. They've done well here, the university students. Handball back there was from Barnes. Just working it well back now. Fremantle has to do a little bit of work to go back inside. Under pressure from the Bombers. They've worked it well. Now they've got numbers through the centre. Just worked underneath it there. That was Fitzpatrick. Now the Bombers clean up. Put himself under a lot of pressure there. And once again, comes to Smith. They work it now inside 50. First scoring opportunity of the afternoon. Pushing back there is Crockmole. Just taps it in front. Has a chance to go inside. Goes with the handball. Gives it there to Turco. Turco turns it around. Has he got this one around far enough? I think he has. It's a sensational goal to start off the season, and Turco's got one for the students. Just turned himself around there. Gave it plenty of height. Goal umpire had a very good look at it. In the end, the goal on the board for Sydney University. Back in the middle, Wilson in the ruck there for Sydney University. Has played a bit of football on the other side of the ledger. Big man brings it back down. Tied up well in the middle. Vincent at the bottom of this pack. Umpire said we'll have it. Wilson again, just imposing himself in the ruck already. Rawlinson gets the ball out, tied up now. Just a booming kick out of defence, goes forward. Might work out well for the students. At the ball, good work. The Bombers clear it again. Wind probably favouring the left-hand side of the screen at the moment. So you'll see them sail just that little bit stronger going from right to left. Garrity. Now with Rawlinson. Kick over, worked under it. Not judging it quite well going forward. Good tackle applied, and the umpire will say holding the ball. And a reward there for effort. And it's Vincent who come up with the ball. Inside, plenty of Bombers around this pack. 1 on 3, and they come away with it. And again out of defence. Good run. Down the line. They're outnumbered here, the Bombers. Working it back there. 37, that is Slay. The late changes. Holding the bench. Actually, I was going to say in the back. Kick there. 37, one of the numbers we don't have. So once again, apologies. Carruthers. Umpire's going to call this one. In fact, he's called a 50-metre penalty. And this will take him within scoring range. I'd love to tell you who it is. Once again, a great start. The Bombers management's not failing to provide a team sheet at this stage, so they go inside. The kick just out of the reach. Plenty of numbers out there that were not supplied. Don't want to harp on it, but it does make it very hard up here. Start of a new season. Wilson camps underneath that. No real opposition to go against. The ball dribbles out again. We'll have another boundary throw in. Five minutes played. New Students lead by 6. Just the one goal scored so far. Once again, double teamed on Wilson there and just trying to hack it out of defence now. Vincent goes back. Good run. They've spread well here, the Students. Oh, could have been a late hit, but just pulled out the right moment. Left it behind there. That was number 34. Once again, another number not given. So we'll just have to call them Bombers at this stage. Pushing through the packs, Cox gives it forward. Only finds Voyage. Voyage's kick puts his teammate under pressure. He does well to take the mark. Short kick inside. This is Foster. He's wide, plenty of contests out there. Pushing back there for Students was Smith. Been very solid across half-back so far. That one puts his teammate under pressure. Now they've got a chance, the Bombers. Trying to push his way through there. But wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire says, I'll have it. A throw in, about 35 out from the North Shore goal. Wilson doesn't need to jump, just get under it and impose his frame. Another ball up. There's no one in the ruck that looks like they can even match it with Wilson. Pushing through, they're going to have to rove to his ruck work. They've done that a few times over the years, that's for sure. Coming out now. This was Perry. The line. Bands are... Oh, he's gone. Umpire's going to make a call on this. Holding the ball's a decision. Called him to play on. They read it well. Vajavandi gives off. They push inside 50. They've had their chances, the Bombers. At the back of the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Comes back down. Wilson's ridden in the ground and he'll get a free kick. Just happened in slow motion there. Wilson's kick toying with the boundary line. The boundary umpire right in the right position to make the adjudication. Just take it inside the line. Once again, the short kick. Looks like they're going to play the possession game, the Students. Fitzpatrick. Another short kick. Garrity. Dangerous. They fight amongst themselves, the Students. It falls to the ground. Backing onto it there was Perry. Comes out now with Powie. And now Vajavandi gets on the end of it. Goes long. There's no one at home. How will it roll? Just offline and a minor score to open the account for the Bombers. Saw the opportunity, Vajavandi. Oh, dangerous kick again. It's fallen to the ground. Bombers right on top of it. They go inside. Can they put this one through? In the arms there. And the kick is good. They get a goal. See here, the kick in wasn't a great one. Just fell short. The Bombers were able to pounce on it. Handball inside, and the goal's just opened up. Good kick, under a bit of pressure, just on the side of the boot as we see so much today. back in the centre. Ball's tied up. 9.5 first quarter. Bombers lead by the solitary point. And they've got an opportunity to clear it again. Strudwick for his first touch for the game. Back from the needful stint with the Sydney Hills Eagles. Back to where it all began with the Bombers. Ducks into it twice, does Fitzpatrick. Does well to get out of the contest. They move it well. The handballs have been slick, Sydney University. They've just gone that one too many times a couple of times. And now the Bombers pounce. Coming through here is Codling. Goes inside, has a bounce, puts on the right boot. Ugly looking kick going forward and well wrapped up at the last line of defence. Casperson now. Goes inside, has to be on target, and he is. Finds Fremantle. Fremantle comes back wide. Now in the arms of Barnes. Side. Fly from the side is a good one. And the mark taken. That's Derricks. And the ball trickles over the boundary line from the kick. It's a good looking mark. Jacob Derricks playing here in the Sydney University colours. As we throw in, we'll sure have the numbers, and that good ruck work comes down. Hands back. They're just working it into space. Monk gave it off. Now they go forward. Plenty of university students here, and they've worked it well and mopped up. On the last line of defence there is Nick Perry. Nothing behind him for the students, so he had to take that mark. Mark goes forward now. It's just fumbled forward. Handball comes up from Middendorf. They've worked it in the back space, but they've got plenty of pressure from the students. Running forward now. Comes off the boot there of Smith. Going forward. How will this one bounce? Straight through the middle, and Smith's got a goal. Perfect bounce. See here, there's plenty of ball in dispute. It falls beautifully for the students, and the bounce was just perfect. Straight through the middle. And a good goal there from Glenn Smith. And the students are back in front. They lead by 5. Just ticked over 12 minutes of this first quarter. It's AFL Sydney Live, coming to you from Henson Park in this round 1 clash. The Bombers from the centre push forward. Perry again, very strong. Garrity works himself in a bit of space, goes to 1-on-1. Wasting at the back. Not able to get a hold of it, and the umpire says it's out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Bringing you a game every week on AFL Sydney Live from the AFL Sydney competition. It's good to be back. It's good to have football back in Sydney. Wilson brings this down. Under pressure, back to Wilson. Just tries to thread the handball through. Rawlingson was good. Pushing forward now, Fitzpatrick, just a scrubbing kick. Can't find a lot of space, the Bombers, at the moment. This one down the line, and probably a good result in the end. Just get the ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right at the interchange gate. As I said, Henson Park looking probably the best I've ever seen it in over 10 years of coming here. Lush, firm, there's no sandpits. Always good this time of the year to play a good bit of footy. Free kick here. Go to Carruthers. Trademark headgear for the Bombers. Called to play on now. Wilson, the biggest man on the field, going against Carruthers. There's a mismatch if I've ever seen one. Goes forward. The kick was a good one. Now they go again, the Bombers. Top of the square. Can he take the mark? Unable to. Back there is Perry, and the handball just offline. But not a bad result for the students. Under a lot of pressure. Wilson again, just worked his way in front there. I think that was Shacha. And now the students trying to get out of it. Defensive half. Attack it forward was Turco. Only one there for the students, does very well to keep the ball going his way. Once again off the ground. Wason lurking. He'll get it here eventually. In fact, doesn't. Fitzgerald, I think that was. His kick smothered. Quick hands, that was good. Knew he was under pressure, got it back, tackled out of it. Ball spills free, umpire, you'll get a free kick here for holding on. Some good work in the clinches. And the kick comes across. In the arms of Slay. His kick kicks to a pack of Bombers, not a good kick. Now they work it forward. He's under pressure now. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says play on. Applies the tackle on the way up. And that's Botten Noonan who was wrapped up. Umpire says I'll have it. Plenty of action through the interchange bench. I think they'll be limited to 120 today, but a bit of early movement. As they go forward again, the students just scrubbing a kick. Ball was smothered off the boot. Now a bit of space for the Bombers as they work their way forward. Going through there is Haddon. Just can't find a handle. Spots in front of him. They've done well now to get a ball free. That was Monk. Handball out to the wing. It's wrapped up now, and umpire will say, I'll have it.
Tell our forwards they must keep structure forward the ball.
Again now the Bombers, an attacking fray. They have a shot on goal. Is the umpire going to see this? Just a minor score. 2 goals straight leads North Shore, 1 goal 2. And made to use the ball. Well, I don't disagree with that one. He swapped the yellow one for a red one, and you can't do that. And it will get pretty dark here this afternoon. 4:30 start for this round 1 game. And the lights are quite good here at Henson Park. So, City Uni forming the huddle just on the 50-metre arc. They break now. Coming to the near side with numbers. And all the leads now. The umpire's seen him over the line. So, after all of that, simple mistake. With a ball up at the top of the square. It always surprises me what a couple of extra inches is worth. Barnes it was that made the mistake. Falcon there for the umpire. That'll make the highlights reel, no doubt. Top of the square. Taking the opportunity to bring it backwards to the Bombers. That's good work. Backing into the pack. He had to get rid of it, did so. Now Barnes, scrubbing kick going forward, but there's plenty of Bombers camp behind the ball. Drudwick goes back. A big booming kick. Has this got the distance? It hasn't. And in fact, the mark will be taken there on the very last line of defence. And the umpire's paid a 50-metre penalty for not coming back. Obviously told him to give him 5 metres, and unless you're a very big man, 1 step backwards is not 5 metres. Good on the umpire. He's actually put the 50-metre penalty 5 metres beyond the 50 arc, so read it well. And now they've got a chance, the Sydney University. Smith on the left boot, pushes forward. Good work there from Botten Noonan to get the ball up. In the arms, I think that's Barnes. Centering kick, it's gone long across the face. Not sure the player went down. But in the end, the kick had too much on it, and it's out of bounds. Approaching the 19-minute mark of this first quarter. Students by 4. Umpire's seen something here. He's called. He's instructing the ruckman to be that 1 metre apart at the throw-in. So signalled, shepherding signal, but it was just move apart, boys. And they do so now. And then they link up. So the ball comes down. Kick smothered off the boot there of Powers. He's wrapped up again. It's been a tough battle so far in this first quarter. Foster, he's wrapped up. The umpire said he's had enough. Toss it in the air. Again, the Bombers good at the fall of the ball. Down the wing. And umpire says this one's out. Shatcher, I think it was. Endeavouring to chase up a correct team sheet, and probably will get that to you quarter time. In the meantime, we plough on. Mention the ruck. Wilson on the bench at the moment. Plenty of players around the ball. Oh, that's got to be a free kick, and it is. Go to the students, and they break. Rawlinson goes wide, out in front. Trying to make that there was Smith. They've got players around, but now the Bombers swoop. Fitzgerald goes wide, but didn't lift the eyes. He's found a student, and they're away. Smith it was. Inside 50, but plenty of numbers back for the Bombers. Jake Monk takes the mark. Still under a bit of pressure, not a lot to go to. And the kick, oh, he's picked out a student. There's a 2-on-1 in favour of the Bombers, but just well read there from Evan Smith. And now he'll set himself for a shot on goal. In the time on in this first quarter, the students by 4 with a shot on goal to come. Skip and hop on the way in, and the kick is just pushed to the right hand side. The umpire's going to call it behind. The first blemish on the scoreboard for the students. They lead 2-1-13. The Bombers 1-2. We've got some work to do at quarter time. I've just spotted the team sheet from North Shore. It's more like a game of Sudoku than it does a team sheet. In they go again. Plenty of Bombers around this. Unable to take the mark. And they converge. Carruthers gets the handball, trying to get it out of traffic, but it falls there. Nice kick from Powers. Look at this one. Straight across. That was a kick and hope. And his hopes were met in the form of Evan Smith. And he's taken the mark, and he'll have another shot on goal. This one, a much easier shot than the previous. And he should slot this one through. Great work by Matthew Powers. Gives that little abbreviated skip on this kick, but the result is better. Smith gets the goal for the students, and they lead by 11 points. See here, the ball comes free out of this traffic. It was Carruthers who got the ball free. Just couldn't find the handle. Matt Powers just throws it on the boot, and of course it's Evan Smith just sitting all on his own, and he slotted it through for another goal to the students. Back in the middle, 23.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Ball's held up. In fact, the umpire's called holding the ball, so it'll be a kick to the Bombers. Carruthers will get it. Goes wide. One-on-one contests. There's Fitzgerald. And the ball travels over the boundary line. So you wouldn't know it from the weather we're watching there, but Sydney football very disrupted this weekend by weather during the week. But Henson Park, an absolute picture on a Saturday afternoon. They go again, the Bombers, happy to run with the ball. Back. boot. He gets let known about it as well. It's a good tackle by Crockmole. Not a bad result, really, for the Bombers. The ball trickled over the boundary line. They go at it again. Wilson back on the ground for the Students. He finds this one at ground level. Very unknown territory. Gives it up to Rawlinson. Just tries to work the left boot down the line. In the path there, it was Bot Noonan who just tried to slap it back inside. The Bombers, some quick hands in the defensive half. This kick, dangerous. They've got the numbers if they can work it. Handball off, indiscriminate. Just didn't look to where he was handballing there. Just wanted to get it out of his area. Got to have a look up. They work it back now. Fitzgerald, his kick smothers, but he'll get it back. Good pick up. Should have a run. Throws it on the boot instead. One-on-one contest. They've been good in their back half, the Students. And once again, good work there by Perry. He's under pressure now, and he gives it up. Now to Vajavani, throws on the boot. He's already kicked one. Has he kicked another one? No, he hasn't. Just misses to the left-hand side. 1-3. They trail by 10 points. 26 minutes approaching in this first quarter. Plenty of players pushing up the ground. There's no one in forward 50. In fact, no one in the forward half for the Students. So they're happy to just take it and run. They do so now. Crockmole hands it off. But the kick, it's not a good one. Cut off there from Voyage. His kick inside, he's got numbers. They're just very close together though, the Bombers. Something that's just found in no man's land. Foster's kick across. And they've just worked it well. They're at the top of the arc now. In the arms of Hayres. Goes wide. Looking for Shatcher out there. Just couldn't find his target. Falls through the fingers. Trickles over the boundary line. The siren sounds for the end of this first quarter. And a good one for the Students. The actual play was played at probably both ends of the ground. In fact, a lot of it was played inside 50 for the North Shore Bombers. But at quarter time, the margin is 10 points in favour of the Students. They lead 3-1-19, North Shore 1-3-9. It's AFL Sydney live here in 2014. Round one, the Students versus the Bombers. the second quarter. And it's the Students by 10 points. They have got some numbers supplied in their second quarter. They'll do their best to work through them. This team shoots all over the joint at the moment, but we'll do our best. Students now, Wason, unmistakably. Goes over to the far side. They've just worked this well off the boot. Just trying to play the possession game, the Bombers. Just working the ball forward. Now they go long. Oh, good mark taken. Back with the flight of the ball, just stuck the big mitts up. Now decides to play on. Top of the square, plenty of Students here on this one. Comes off hands. The umpire's seen something here. It's going to be a free kick. And it's going to go to the Students against. There is a... Oh, the kick. Vajavani cuts it off. Just has to keep it in. Can't do so. And the ball almost ragdolled, but in a pleasant way there by Kevin Barnes. Wilson does the ruck work for the Students. It comes down to their advantage. They go long through the middle and a good kick. And there, the head-banded Botten Noonan goes sideways and finds a teammate, former Garrity. Here he goes to the contest. Oh, going back, the umpire's going to pay this. And good mark taken in the end by Jacob Derricks. Both teams working themselves back across through the middle to play plenty of numbers back, and there's going to be a free kick here, pushing the back, hands in, and the kick will go to Parsons, wearing 27, I think it is, out there. Once again, the Bombers happy to just chip it around. Lacking that forward target at the moment, though, to get that last kick into the scoring area. Oh, free kick is coming here. It'll go to Josh Smith. It's Jake Monk wearing 22. Kick it short. Oh, good mark taken. Derricks. Pops it to the top of the arc. Inside they go. Almost a mark taken. Wasn't there. Got the fall of the ball, though, but troubled out of it in the tackle. Could have held on a bit too long. The umpire said he did. And the kick will go to Glenn Smith. He'll have a shot from about 35 out. Just held on in the tackle just a little bit too long. And the resulting free kick. Distance not an issue. Just needs the accuracy off the boot. Comes the umpire, has not moved. He's got the distance, he's got the goal. Fantastic kick by Smith. And they got their first on the board in the second quarter. So good start from the Students in this second quarter. Margin out to 16 points. So back in the middle. Wilson does the ruck work. Once again, plenty of numbers at the fall of the ball from the Students. They are got an advantage in this round one game. We'll speak a bit more about that later. Across the pack there was Haddon. Just falling down at half forward at the moment are the Bombers. McKenzie it was with the kick. He gets it back. Not really going anywhere at the moment, North Shore. Kick comes in. This is Lee Steer. Much talked about recruit for North Shore. Oh, good work. They've pushed it forward again, the Bombers. Just happy off the boot. And this one will go out of bounds on the full. Oh, good evasion skills. Played out There was Jake Monk. Got numbers back, the Bombers. Students forced to try and find one through the middle. They can't do it. Chopped off. Kick across from Foster. It's found Vajavandi. He wants to go direct. Finds a target. Can't quite get there. Ball spills free. Comes through again. I think this is Monk. Been held on to. The umpire didn't see it. In fact, he's seen it now. And the free kick will come back. See just here, gets there, doesn't quite get to the contest. As he comes through, the ball spills free. Handball's in front of himself, actually. And the umpire said, held on too long. And he'll have a shot on goal. Desperately need this one, the Bombers. Plenty of wind to contend with, and in the end couldn't work it out. And the minor score, but there's a free kick off the ball. He'll have another shot at it. He's been told in no uncertain terms how bad the kick was. In the end, it could be a 7-point play. So he sent out the feeler. He knows what the wind's going to do this time. Got a second chance at it. You don't often get that in footy. Jake Monk. Can he adjust? Ball comes off the boot quite nicely. And that's the way you do it. And Monk gets one on the board for the Bombers. Reduces the margin back to 9 points. Don't often get a second chance in football, but he was handed one there on the platter and was able to adjust. The Bombers got their second. For 125 plays 2-4-16 here at Henson Park. Back in the middle, in the ruck. It's Parsons for North Shore. Just doesn't seem to be attacking the football. He just wants to sort of work it in his position underneath the ball. Just feel he's just got to get in there and get up. Once again, worked off the ball. This time it was Smith. Back on it, could be holding the ball here if he doesn't get this one clear. The umpire will have a close look at it, and he said yes. Holding the ball there against Haddon. Fitzpatrick pops it up, gives it plenty of air. There's plenty of Bombers around this one. And the umpire's seen a free kick. He's chopped the arm, so that could have been 52. Unforgivable there. They had 3-on-1, the Bombers. Just a lazy spoil effort, and now Evan Smith will have another shot on goal, this time at the other end of the ground. Smith. Telltale little skip and a jump. Very vertical ball drop. He's offline. 4-2 now. Sydney Uni. That's what you sort of alluded to before. Sydney Uni. Bit of an advantage in this first round. Their NEAFL side enjoying the week off in the round one of the NEAFL competition. And other rules set out quite within their rights to drop a few players down and bolster their Premier Division side. Wilson triple teamed. He'll still be able to get the ball down to his advantage. Just an imposing figure under the ruck. And now he just tries to bustle his way through. Does so, but the ball pops out. Haddon is on the end of it, but he's wrapped up. The umpire will say, I'll have this one. Approaching the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. Wilson again, trying to come over the top. Parsons, I think it is. It is Parsons. What I think Parsons has got to do is just get some height. Show that he can jump and get over the top of Wilson. Wilson just parks his body underneath the ruck and tries to keep his opponent out of the play. Parsons has got to be a little bit smarter. Comes forward. Could be holding the ball here. The umpire will have a close look at this. He didn't make any attempt to get rid of it, just tried to push through. 50-50. The umpire decided to throw the ball in the air. Once again, Wilson just works his body under the ball, and he's very good when it falls at his feet. Gets this one scrubbing forward. Coming through was Haddon. Gives it up there. And wrapped up in the tackle. Umpire's going to have a look at it and throw it in the air. Sydney Uni happy to have one loose back in the back line. That's Perry, who's been reading it very well. That kick won't win any awards. That's Fitzpatrick off the left boot. And then the free kick will go to Haddon. Rajavandi has pushed back to try and make Perry accountable. And they've worked it well. They've now got a few extra numbers back, the Bombers, but they need to find them. They're about 80 away from the football, which is no good. Go again, trying to work the other side of the ground. Kick across. Adamson it was, and here he goes again, Adamson. Backs up his kick. Oh, needed to take that one on the chest, just dove at it. Adamson once again picked up 3 or 4 possessions in this one sort of play. He'll get it back again. And the Bombers have done very well here just to get the ball over the boundary line. They're under pressure. Parsons and Wilson will get there eventually. Parsons here does the right thing, stays away, but now he needs to jump, try and get over the top. Bombers, some quick hands, pushing the ball forward, takes them on, 4-on-1, and they've done well here, the students. Turns around the left boot, pushes forward, holding the mark there was Smith. In fact, he's given away a free kick for holding, and the Bombers are away. They've got loose coming through the middle. Through Lee Steer right to the far side of the ground. Here he is, 1-on-3 though, and he does very well to apply the tackle and holds him up. The umpire will ball this one up. Approaching the 13-minute mark, second quarter. It's the Students by 10 points. Pushes through, does Rawlinson, and they just go backpedal a bit to try and find some space to the Students. Claiming out of bounds on, deliberate out of bounds there, but not forthcoming. It's a game that hasn't really reached any heights so far. First team that can break it apart. Could have been high contact there against Wilson. The umpire says play on. Just copped the elbow right high above the ear hole of Parsons. Swings it back inside. And strong in defence. Pushing back there is Hughes. Hughes' kick across is dangerous. It's 2-on-4 here. Trying to get in there is Monk. Great tackle by Monk. And he'll be rewarded. Like a good jockey, just jumped on and go for the ride. They've played the advantage, and Varjavani will run into an open goal. And a good goal there, set up by Jake Monk. And Varjavani was able to finish it off. And a good result for the Bombers. Reduced the margin to 4 points. Some great work there from Jake Monk. Applied the tackle, the ball spilled free. And the resulting kick into Varjavandi brings the Bombers back within 4 points. Minute mark, second quarter here at Henson Park. It's the Students by 4. Mini fight back here from the Bombers, though. What can the Students do? Fitzpatrick just scrubs it forward. They've got the numbers at the fall of the ball. Dispossessed, the umpire reward this one. A good tackle. It was Adamson again. The kick, not a great one. Had to get it under the arms of the man on the mark. Powies. Scrubbing kick forward. On there now is Fitzgerald, working it down the line. Going back with the flow of the ball is his namesake, Fitzgerald. This one, the Dale variety. Such great servants for the North Shore Bombers, the entire family, the Fitzgerald family down there. Kick off boot of Cox. Got the numbers. Haddon back paddling. Evan Smith was right on his tail. Still is. Wrapped up now. The umpire will have a close look at this one. The ball's free. Haddon drags it back in. Luckily he didn't there. And some good work in the end by the Bombers to get it out clear. They've got numbers through the middle. Cross now. That was Hayrez. His kick just didn't find a target. He's looking for Foster. And the Students have to mop up here in the last line. Kick across field, not taken. A little bit of pressure put on. What can the Bombers do now? Just has to get the hands clear. Monk in there. He's been lively. He gets it back, falls into his arms. He just a ball magnet at the moment is Monk. They push back forward. And now what have they got? Bleeding on now. Here is Middendorf. The tackle applied, and it's a good one. In fact, he's caught it in the back. And that's after the play there. That's an interesting call by the umpire, and Foster will be the recipient of a free kick. Can't quite see what was happening. Have a close look at it again. But in the end, it's a kick to Nick Foster, and he has a shot on goal, which will put the Bombers in front. Foster now comes in. Kick looks a bit ugly off the boot, and it hits the post, so just the minor score. We'll have a look at that if we get a chance, but the kick-ins come straight back to the Bombers. We might have a chance now. It's ended up in the arms of Saunders, and Saunders will have a shot on goal. This will put the Bombers in front. Costly mistakes from the Students out of the defensive half. Just a stabby little kick from Saunders, but it's a good one. Goes through the middle, and they put the goal on the board, and the Bombers are in front. Have a look at that decision. Maybe just for my... Comes back here. The handball comes across. Middendorf is run down in the tackle, and that was the free kick given to Middendorf. And just off the ball, he called the kick was against Barnes for throwing the player down. Geez, I think that's tough. And it wasn't an issue. It was more the error from the Students. Comes back down again. It's in the Bombers' attacking zone again. Students able to clear. Smith across there to Coffey. He's felled after it. It could be an advantage, but they're not. They're going to come back. Ben Coffey will take the free kick. Have a look here at the free kick as we wait for the ball to come back. Oh, Wason it was. Got him high and made him feel it. The umpire's called downfield in the end. And the kick is a good one. And the Students regain the lead off the boot of Botten Noonan. See, there's no love lost already in round one. Footy's back. We're back in the middle. Students by 3 points. It's been a fight back from the Bombers. We're into time on in the second quarter. They've been good at ground level to Students. I see a high contact here, and it'll go to the Students in the form of Jesse Cox. Wants to run, does so. Pushes it to the top of the arc. Mark almost taken there by Derricks. Nice of Derricks and Bot Noonan to both have 9s in the end of their numbers and both be wearing headgear. It makes it a nice and easy call. Here is Bot Noonan. Smith with the tackle wrapped up. Umpire says, I'll have it. And the ball up in the middle of the ground. Ball, Lee Steer doing the ruck work for the Bombers, but Students go forward again. Good work from Adamson. I've liked his game in this second quarter. Really stepped up across that half-back line. The pop-up kick is a good one. It's now in the arms of Hayres. Lockie Hayres, nothing on for the moment. He'll have to go down the line. Does so now and finds a target. Worked this well. Bombers now in attack. One out. Good spot there for Fitzgerald. He'll want to run. Does so. Works his way back on the left boot and pushing through. That was good work. And that was Shatcher. And Shatcher goes inside. They've got runners. And now Hayres, where it all started, will have a shot on goal. Is to wrestle the lead back. The instructions being given out there, but Hayres can kick this one. Be all in vain. Nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire does a bit of work. He's pushed it to the right. Just a minor score. Margin back to 2 points. It's interesting. In the first quarter, Sydney University were employing the huddle, and the Bombers went with them. Now, trying to combat that with a zone defence. Comes down. Plenty of players converge. Wilson was in there, got the ball down. Good work there from Haddon. Turns back into trouble though. Could be gone here. The umpire will say, no, he got it in the back. No, holding the ball. Went off too quickly. Had plenty of space to run forward. He turned around and went back into trouble, did Doug Haddon. And the umpire, a close look at this, touched off over the line. Wilson just camps and says, yep, where are you? I'm just going to stand here. You're not going to get through me. Touch ball. It's a light start to come. Lights aren't on. They probably could be. Getting very dark here. Rawlinson with the kick. The Bombers converge. Ball goes over the boundary line. Players on their hands and knees there. It's just a worrying sign before half-time. Lee Steer was one down there, sucking in the big ones. Lee Steer, you're not going to body it with Wilson. You've got to play off him and come across the top. Third man up, something to beat the dominance of the ruck. Oh, just ploughing through there was Reichman. And the umpire will take control. 24 minutes played in this second quarter. And Sydney Uni by just 2 points. And indiscriminate kicking forward. And this one will go out of bounds on the full. And the kick will come back. I think it will be Wason's kick. Tried to give it off to Hayres. Now he does. The kick is not one of Ronnie Wason's best, but it gets there in the end. Hayres. To find, I think it was Middendorf coming across the pack, touch ball. That ball was over before it was kicked. Another boundary throw in. Shadows of half-time here at Henson Park. Sydney University lead by just 2 points. The margin was out to about 16 points at one stage throughout the quarter. Sydney University got their noses in front. As we approach half-time, the margin just the 2 points. Wilson just dispossessed, just gets rid of his opponent. A big thump, and the kick forward lands in the arms of Smith. He's been very good for the students, has Evan Smith. Now a little bit undecided, tries to jink and weave, thought about running around his opponent. In the end, the kick is a wasteful one, and Waston cuts it off. Waston to Hayres. Wants to go wide. Wants to sit up for Toby Haddon. In fact, it's going to run away from him. Just waited on it, and they will come and let him know. Every so often, you expect those balls to just stop and pop up in your arms most of the time, but that one just ran away and made Haddon look a little bit foolish as he was tracking it across. Changing the ruck now. Goes into the ruck, goes Smith, Glenn Smith that is. Third man up for the Bombers. That's what they should be doing against Wilson. And a good mark taken. This is Michael Voyage. Unmistakable boots there by Voyage. The kick is chopped off. And good reading there by Matt Powers. Fancies himself from here. He'll be kicking from just inside the 50. Gives it plenty. Is it online? It's going to fight. No, it's just there. It's got the distance. And he just snuck it in on the left-hand side of the goals. And a good goal there. Gives a little bit of breathing space to the students. The margin out to 8 points. Look here, the ball came out of dispute. The kick forward was chopped off. It was this kick here from Michael Voyage, just a little lazy on it. Able to come through, it was Powers, and went forward and kicked the goal. Back in the middle. Siren sounds for half-time here at Henson Park, and that late goal must have been right on the end of the quarter. But a good result for the students to get the margin back to 8 points. It's been a telltale game here. Interesting way. The Bombers have fought back in that second quarter. And the margin just at 8 points. 6-2-38 from the Sydney University students. 4-6-30 for the Bombers. Join us in about 15 minutes' time. We'll bring you all the action. Looks like we're going to have a close one here at Henson Park. So join us back here in 15 minutes' time. It's the AFL Sydney match of the week coming to you from Henson Park.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we do like it. Nah, I just don't It's good for using it,
So we're back here at Henson Park for this second half of this round one clash between the students and the Bombers. And joining me up here in the commentary box for this second half, Matt O'Dwyer from Sydney University. Matt, welcome to the match of the week.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Matt, just give us some insights throughout this quarter on what's been happening down at Sydney University in the off-season. And some of the players who to look out for. Of course, you've seen this first half, Matt, and how have you seen it so far? Sydney University seem to be on top, but the Bombers fought their way back into the game in that second quarter.
Yeah, mate. Look, the Bombers are looking pretty handy at the moment. I think what's kind of letting us down, Sydney Uni is probably a fair stupid decision. If we can tidy that sort of stuff up and make sure we hit our targets, few turnovers and that sort of thing, we should get on top of them pretty easily.
Go forward from the centre to the students, but pushing back there for the Bombers. That was Saunders, and the ball will trickle over the boundary line. Matt, you're looking to play a bit of NEFL footy with Sydney University this year, so you're getting ready for next week?
Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. All the boys are pretty keen to get out there and have a bit of a crack, but yeah, it's exciting playing for a new club. I actually played in the NEFL last year with a team called Eastlake Demons. And so really looking forward to the challenge.
Of course, a few people out there will obviously recognise the name Matt O'Dwyer from the Sydney Swans list a few years back. So good to see some talent filtering back into local footy, especially down there at Sydney Uni. As the ball goes forward, this is Monk. He's had a good game so far for the Bombers. Been very lively forward. Now bombs along. Plenty of white jumpers around this one. Standing tall under it there. That was Lee Steer. Couldn't bring it in. And indiscriminate kick out of defence. Top of the 50. Plenty of Bombers around this one. That was Codling. And they've worked it back. Sydney Uni just coming in waves. Pushing across Adamson with the kick out wide. Unable to bring it forward. Trying to push his way through there was Strudwick, and he's taken. Matt, you would have played against Teddy Strudwick last year. He's had a bit of a stint up there with the Sydney Hills Eagles in the NEFL.
Yeah, he's a handy player. It's good to see him having a crack at the uni. But it's a really good competition to be a part of.
Unfortunately, I would have thought that was out on the full off the boot of Codling, but the umpires called it as touched. We'll have a boundary throw in. Big Maxie Wilson, you've been enjoying his game so far, Matt?
Yeah, he's going really well. He's a pretty hard man to move, so he likes to plan himself and then just feed the on ball.
Just parks himself underneath the ruck, and he's got a free kick here as well, so he's been very handy in the ruck.
He's another bloke who's come across from Eastlake as well. He's
formerly from North Shore as well, so he's playing against a few old teammates. They go forward again. Sydney Uni pushing through was Cox, just off the deck, trying to get the ball going forward. Can't do so. Underneath there, I think that's Rawlinson. Jumping in as well was Jacob Derricks. 3 minutes played this third term. No score as yet. Umpire says in the back. There'll be a free kick to the students. This will be Dom Vincent. Vincent goes one way, goes the other. End up kicking in the man on the mark. Not great football there from Vincent. But pushing through. There was good work from Powies. And he kicks it forward. And over the back of the pack. Some great work from, that was Bot Noonan. And the students have got one on the board. You might be able to help me with Matthew Powies. Matt, is that the pronunciation, or is there another name we can...
Yeah, that's exactly how you say it.
I think I've tried 3 or 4 different ways. Powies, whatever it is so far. But
yeah, it's Powies. That's how it's pronounced.
Some good work there. He was heart of the footy.
He's a really good young player coming through the ranks. And yeah, he'll definitely be playing a fair few NEFL games this year.
I mentioned earlier in the call that Sydney Uni, a bit of a luxury of being able to play a few NEFL players in this round one game. Back in the middle. And they go forward again, the students. They go through Off the boot, Wason there, just to put his hand above it. Back in again, being amongst his Bot Noonan. Tackled this straight, is able to get the ball clear. Tumbling his way through. And now it's in the arms, I think that was Derrick's, on the left boot, top of the square. In there for the students is Smith. Bombers back. Quick kick from Crockmole. And it lands in the arms of Wason. Goes one way, goes the other. Quick decision, good vision out here to Haddon. Haddon on the right boot, good kick. Found Strudwick. Strudwick's kick. Goes forward again. And toying with the boundary line. And it dribbles over in front there of Lee Steer. See how Maxie Wilson does this, just puts his feet wide, gets underneath the ball. And what's impressed me about his game, Matt, is he's very good if it just falls at his feet as well. He just puts his body over it and then just dishes it out.
Yeah, you don't want to get in Maxie's way. If you're near him and you got the footy, you don't want to be tackled by Maxie. What he tends to do is he tackles you and then he makes sure he lands on you as well. So 120 kilos landing on you is probably not going to be good for you.
You won't get up quickly. Adamson it was for North Shore, pushing the ball forward. They've got a boundary throw-in inside their 50-metre arc. An interesting in there, I don't know if you saw it, Matt, in the half-time break, I think it was about half a dozen of the students stayed out in the ground and did some sort of positional work during the half-time break, which was an interesting thing to see. Not a convention there to keep the players out during the half-time break. Yeah,
I think it's just kind of a couple of the needful players just coming back from injury and that sort of thing, still playing, trying to get some match fitness. And yeah, I think that's sort of more to do with some game plan sort of things, just to make sure that we get it right when we're out there playing.
Plenty of numbers around this. Once again, the Bombers able to get that loose man back. They've actually got two loose men in defence at the moment. Just about a kick and a half away from the footy. Umpire's seen a free kick here. It's against Sydney Uni. He called it for dragging it in. So Vajavandi for the Bombers will have a shot on goal. This not beyond him. It's a live wire forward for the Bombers. Vajavandi. Oh, that one's come off like a wet fish. Gone sideways, and a good mark. The last line of defence there from Barnes, and they break the students. They've got numbers. And find out there, I think that's... See, that was out there. Umpire's seen free kick, holding the ball, and the Bombers will come back. Hayres. Another one sideways, but it decides to go to the top of the square. This is Vajavandi, I think it again. No, it's Monk. Jake Monk, probably on the edge of his distance. He's going to have a go at it, though. Kick from outside 50. Be a good kick from the little man. Very close to the man on the mark. Strikes it well, but in going for distance, sacrificed accuracy. So Matt, you'd be pretty happy that football's back. Been a long pre-season. When did the students start their pre-season for this for 2014?
I was only able to make it after Christmas time, but yeah, the boys have been training really hard. We've got a really switched-on fitness and conditioning guy named Tom Redden, who's our high-performance manager, and he's been pulling the boys through some tough yards, and so all the boys are super fit, super strong, and yeah, hopefully over the next couple of weeks we get a big jump in the first half of the year and get a few wins on the board.
Task in front of them now is the Bombers to open up their season. That kick won't win any awards, and now the Bombers have to go back. Haddon. Nothing really on offer, so has to go short to a contest, and he's done well. Here's Matthew Adamson. Adamson now looks up. What's on thing? Looks towards Lee Steer. Back of the pack, can't bring it down. Vajavandi at the fall of the ball, just scrubs it forward. Oh, ridden there was Jake Monk, and they hold it without the ball. The umpire didn't see it. comes back out. Tries to squeeze the mark out. There was, sorry, the handball was coddling. Now the ball pops up and it finds a player in James McKenzie. Just popped out of the contest, and McKenzie will have a shot on goal. So they're getting plenty of it early. Now the Bombers, but they just can't seem to put it on the scoreboard. McKenzie, kick from inside 50. Kick looks good off the boot, but just fading again to the left and out of bounds on the full. Every player in the forward half for North Shore at the moment, it's been the sum of the game so far. They've just seemed to work the ball. Defenders willing to push forward. And this one now, Sydney Uni kick off the boot, just inside. And the mark taken by Charlie Parsons. Parsons now playing with the boundary line. It just lands in. In the end, probably a good result. There is a breeze pushing from right to left and probably pushing the ball into this pocket a little bit. I set Wilson back into the ruck for the students. Just stands where he thinks it's going to land. Good work there from Lee Steer. Got in front, pushes the ball back into the attacking zone for the Bombers. Monk tracking this back. I've liked his game so far today. Still keeps the ball in front. Stolen off him by Hayres. Just pops it up. Can he take the mark? Couldn't take it there. It was Shatcher off hands, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So they're under a bit of pressure at the moment, Matt, the students in the back half.
Yeah, luckily we're a couple of goals up to
play it down. Sorry, mate. Just saw a player down for the Bombers. That's the third out of bounds in that same spot in as many minutes. Just can't seem to find the big sticks, the Bombers. Students willing to push out to the far side. Mark not able to be taken there by Casperson, but he does well just get back in there, cause some trouble. Been landed on by Perry. And now the Bombers with the ball. Trying to get this ball going forward. They've done well here, the students, to just push the ball in their advantage. And out of bounds is not a bad result. Ben Coffey out there doing some good work. It's just interesting to see Wilson. You think he's not there, and then suddenly he just sort of wanders into the frame and gets ready for the boundary throw. And he certainly doesn't push to the contest, but he makes sure he gets there each time. They go forward again, the Bombers. Oh, that could have been high contact. Umpire didn't see it. Lee Steer is dispossessed, and we'll have a ball up. Nick Perry, Matt, he's been very good in defence there. And what's the opinion there of the headband?
I think he might. Last week we had a practice match against both our old teams, East Lake. He's another guy who's come over from there as well, along with myself, Maxie Wilson, Ryan Brabazon, and a couple others. But yeah, it's purely he got the head clash last week with one of our other boys.
Bottom Noonan,
yeah. So they're.
Well, I'd like to take back my comments earlier saying that the headbands were back. There's obviously a medicinal purpose for those headbands out there.
Yeah, they're pretty unlucky. They had the head clash in the first minute of the game last week after a 4-hour drive down to Canberra. So
oh wow! Free kick here to the Bombers. The thing that doesn't make it any easier is they actually look quite similar as well in body frame and hairstyles, and they both whack the headband on.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see who gets the votes.
Fitzgerald now from outside 50, strikes it well. The wind will help this. Sails straight through the middle, and the Bombers get one back off the boot of Dale Fitzgerald. Margin back to 8 points. So even they pushed away a little bit, got a bit of a gap there of 14 points to the students. It's the Bombers who are just fighting back in the second half of the quarter. They did the same thing in the second quarter. So worrying signs for Sydney Uni coaching staff. Back in the middle, 14 minutes played of this third quarter, and it's the students by 8 points. Push their way through there, but just too much traffic, and the umpire will have a secondary bounce in the middle. Altitude is not a problem for Max Wilson, is he? He doesn't get off the ground. He just gets under it and works the ball forward. Now with the ball, the Bombers go forward again, but here's Perry. Very good. You'd be expecting him to play a little bit of NEFL football, Matt.
Yeah, he's like I said, we both played at East late last year, and yeah, he was really strong in defence, playing on some keys in the NEFL. So
Sydney obviously recruited quite well, yourself amongst many others. So, and the result of that will probably be a much stronger Premier Division side here in the AFL Sydney competition. So, whereas they might have had a few lean games in the last couple of years, I think the City Hills Eagles have done the same, recruited very well at the top, which will show a stronger showing in Premier Division. As the Bombers go forward, Fitzgerald, the goal scorer, top of the square, fantastic kick. And it lands there in the arms of Jack Campbell. Fantastic work by Dale Fitzgerald. He was able to just pick the ball up on the run and swing it back inside. Campbell had the shot on goal. This will reduce the margin back to 2 points. Get a little bit of momentum back for the Bombers. The kick made the umpire do a little bit of work, but he likes it, does Campbell. And the margin is back to 2 points. So the Bombers come again. They got within 2 points in that second quarter. And then Sydney University were able to just skip forward again. But it's been very much that contest. No team has really been able to get right on top for any long periods of time. And at the 16.5-minute mark, the margin 2 points in favour of the students. Different ruck contest when Maxi's not in there. Very much a traditional style ruck contest as the students go forward. Tracking it back there was Derricks, and a good kick and a good mark taken by Smith. Because I've liked his game today, Matt. He's been very handy up forward for the students. As Evan Smith, he's kicked a couple.
Yeah, he's looking really handy. He's a guy who's just sort of popped up out of nowhere, and yeah, I don't think he has a huge footy background, but he's showed some real promising signs, and he can take a really strong grab. Can play the forward or back, and yeah, he's definitely one to watch this year. He should definitely play a fair few NEFL games, which should be good.
Throws on the bird, that little hop, skip and a jump, and Botten Noonan just read it best. In fact, Bombers just really didn't have anyone on the line. They expected him to make the distance, and in the end, Botten Noonan will have a shot on a very tight angle. What's he going to do here, Matt? I'll drop punt straight through.
Drop punt, mate. He'll back himself in. He's got a really good kick.
Does just that and slots it through the middle. None of the modern day kick around the corner for Botten Noonan. Gets one back for the Bombers, and for the students, and when the students thought the Bombers had a bit of momentum, once again the students step forward and open the margin back up to 8 points. So Matt Ubia, after the heat and such of pre-season, nice little overcast day to start the season off. It might be good for some of the players just to blow a few of the cobwebs out.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually pretty perfect conditions for footy, apart from that little bit of breeze that's blowing downhill. But yeah, it has been a real long, tough pre-season in the hot weather.
Here we go again. Plenty of players around this, and the umpire has no option but to throw this one in the air. Interesting results in the AFL Sydney so far this weekend. Out there at Henson Park, it was UTS versus the Bulldogs. Told the UTS were up by 4 goals at 3/4 time. And the Bulldogs ran over them to win by 4 points in the end. So a good result there for the Bulldogs to start their season off. Wests, they had a very big win over Campbelltown. And the Manly Giants, as they are now known, had a win over St George. And of course, the Eagles and Pennant Hills play off tomorrow out there at Blacktown International Sports Park. So the Bombers go forward again. A bit of space at the back of the pack there, unable to get it through. A boundary throw in. Ball just seems to be travelling just that little bit further, kicking from right to left. Travelling in the breeze. Yeah, dogs out on the hill here at Henson Park, mate. You bring the dog down, have a run around at the footy.
No, I don't have one, unfortunately, but it looks like a nice place to bring the dog.
Bring the dogs down and watch a bit of local footy.
Yeah.
Good pressure here from the Bombers. Able to get the ball clear. Lee Steer. Kick just sails at the back. And the mark taken by Kevin Barnes. Barnes goes out to the far side. Trying to open up a space, but now has to track back. And we're back where we started from with Barnes. That's what we saw at the start of the game. Sydney Uni just happy to just maintain possession, just work the ball down the field. Under a bit of pressure now, has to go long down the line. And that's the result you like to see, either a mark or the ball trickling over the boundary line. I think Maxie Wilson takes advantage of a near side boundary throw in. And the change is made. This is where the Bombers need to adjust, because Max is always going to get himself onto the ball and drop it at his feet. They haven't been able to adjust to his ruck work all day. And that could be a free kick. Umpire will have a close look. No. Thought Turco might have just dragged that one back in. There's a few of the locals converse in only the way you can at the football. Picking that up with the effects, Mike. They go through again. Kick comes forward for the students. Now they've got a little bit of space. Running players. The kick was just too hot, but it comes off the boot. Bot Noonan tracks back, goes underneath. Has to get rid of it now. Umpire says holding the ball. He was just a little bit unbalanced when he took that first tackle. Couldn't get the ball clear. The Bombers now. Whoa, big fly! What a mark! Wowee! Fantastic mark taken by Kelvin Barnes, and doesn't waste any time going forward. Wow! And that's brought the crowd alive. Oh, could have been a high tackle. The umpire's seen it. And they go again. The umpire's going to bring this one back. In fact, it's a 50-metre penalty. Let's have another look at that. See, the ball comes through. Barnes at the back. Has the sit. Goes again. Oh, 3 grabs and thank you very much. I think we might have just seen mark of the year in round 1. As we recompose ourselves. Hayres for the Bombers. Go forward again, the Bombers, but there's plenty of students down there. Nothing really happening in this game at the moment. Not a lot of scoring opportunities. Margin 8 points at the moment in favour of the students, but a little bit of end-to-end kicking happening at the moment. Someone needs to take this game by the scruff of the neck. Haddon for the Bombers. Down the line. Plenty of students around this one. The crowd just pleading for a repeat. It's just being greedy, I reckon. 3-on-2 in the middle. Ball the ball. Didn't quite get rid of it, just sort of let it go. But they're away now, the students. The kick, well, stand in front of that one. Just scrubbing it forward now, Sydney Uni. The siren sounds. And as we go into the last break of the game, three-quarter time, the margin 8 points in favour of the Sydney University students. They lead 8-250. It's North Shore 6-42 in what is not a great quarter of football, but certainly punctuated by one amazing highlight, which we might just see if we can pull up again. It's worth another look. In Barnes's mark. See, he just gets the nice sit on Maxie Wilson's back. Thank you very much. I'll get up. 1, 2, and holds it on the way down. Certainly the highlight of the game so far, but at three-quarter time, it is the students leading by 8 points here at Henson Park. It's round 1, AFL Sydney competition. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for all the action from the last quarter in a couple of minutes' time. Set now for the final quarter here of this round one clash between the Sydney University students and the North Shore Bombers, and we're underway in the final quarter. It's anyone's game at this stage as the Bombers get the clearance. The margin just 8 points. Just need to find an avenue to goal at the moment. The Bombers, Haddon applies the tackle. Ball spills free. They go forward again. Good tap forward. This is Monk. It's been lively. Finds the left boot. And they've got the first one on the board, the Bombers. And the margin's back to 2. A great start to the quarter. Exactly what they would have wanted, the Bombers. They get the score on the board. See here, the students had the ball. Spills free. Good work there. I think it was Fitzgerald. Just pops it forward. And off the boot of Jake Monk. Gets the goal on the board. Back in the middle. Can they get their noses in front? They've been close a couple of times and the students have answered. Could have been a throw. Umpire even suggested that he sure it was a handball. Now, the top of the square. Oh, good mark and almost taken there. Coming through is Bot Noonan. Couldn't find the handle. Trying to find a way through there was Coffey. Couldn't get there. In there as well as Crockmole. Umpire, have a close look at this. He's going to hold it, holding the ball. It'll be a kick to Crockmole. And not a lot of arguments there. Crockmole with a chance to get the answering goal straight back on the board. As I said, the Bombers have been close on a number of occasions. The students have just found that little extra. The kick goes forward and it is a goal. Margin back out to 8 points. Just can't seem to get their noses in front, the Bombers, at the moment. Early in this final term. Back in the middle. 9-2 plays 7-6 in favour of Sydney University. This time Wilson decides to have a run and jump at it, and he gets the roving back, gets it on the boot. Fantastic work by the big man. Top of the square, flying through, almost Bot Noonan, couldn't take the mark. Comes forward now, Crockmole again on the left boot. Out of bounds on the full. Great work from Max Wilson. Doing his own roving work. Kick comes down and falls clear and over the boundary line. Double teamed. This time was Wilson, but somehow gets it back. Pops through. Comes through now. The kick from Nick Perry forward. He's pushed up the ground a little bit. Has been playing well deep in defence. Would have been a free kick against Smith, but not so much. Bot Noonan, right boot. Swings it around. Thank you very much. We've got 2 in a row. Margin out to 14. Great work there, even by Nick Perry. If we go back a little bit further. See, Perry just throws on the boot, gets it forward. Good roving there by Smith. Could have been a free kick there. The umpire said no. Crockmole's handball across. Finds Bot Noonan. Has the ability to swing it right back. With another major on the board. Back in the middle now. 14 points the margin. They desperately need a goal here, do the Bombers. Good tackle by Haddon in the centre. Tried to get the free kick there, wasn't forthcoming. Now Fitzgerald trying to bustle his way through. A lot of traffic in the middle. Oh, just a rucking in contest there, and the free kick's going to go against. Well, that's an interesting call. Thought Rawlinson might have just ducked his head and tried to plough through. Well, the free kick came. Oh, some fancy hands in the air work there by Barnes. Does his best work in the air. We've seen that already today. Middendorf there. Ball spills free. Wason in there for the Bombers. Haven't seen much of him today. Usually, here comes Strudwick. Good handball, good vision. They go forward again. One-on-one contest here. Monk at the front. Very well done there. Brought the ball forward. Ends held feet. Did the students. And now they've got numbers on this near wing. Oh, puts himself under a bit of pressure. And then does that. Oh, just steps inside the line. I thought that was going to go out of bounds on the full. Central umpire thought it did too, but bounced inside the line. It's good to have footy back for 2014. We're in round one. Also our first opportunity as well to congratulate, well, what were the Manly Wolves, now the Manly Giants, on their premiership win in 2013. They'll be keen to back it up. They had a good win today. And their new strip. But the beginning of a new season, it's all square. And here come the students again. Good quick hands. They push it forward, leading to the ball. That was good work by Bot Noonan. He's becoming a bit of an X factor in this final quarter. Now goes short. And he's found, I think there's Rawlinson out there. In fact, no, it's Derricks. Jacob Derricks for the students. This one to make it difficult. Sprays it to the left. Just the minor score. 15 points the margin. Some work to do now. Do the Bombers. Very much going with Monk as their forward target. Interesting for giving away plenty of inches. And they've got to get it down there as well. Come clear now, the Bombers looking for Lee Steer. He's outnumbered but reads it well. Just pulled out of the contest and got the roving ball. Goes forward again. Strudwick off the ground, couldn't control it. And the ball got out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Just forward of halfway for the Bombers. As the wave of players just comes forward. Come wrapped up as quickly as he got it. Tackle applied by Coffey. There on Shatcher. Third man up. They tend to do it against the second ruckman, but they've been trying to do that against Wilson. Now Strudwick quickly throws it on the boot. Can't keep it in and out of bounds on the full. University. They've done this most of the day. They really like to do the big switch across defence. It was a good kick. Hughes goes wider again. Wason couldn't hold the ball and it trickles over the boundary line. Approaching the 9-minute mark. Final quarter. The margin's 15 points. The Bombers got within 2 early in this quarter. Students up for the answer. Go again now, just scrubbing the ball forward. And a good mark going back with the flow of the ball. Lee Steer. They come across now. I think it's Voyage through the centre. Good spot. They go again. What can they find going forward? Oh, Monk just wanted to take it with the one arm, but didn't need to. Now he tries to go to himself. Couldn't do so. Jumps on for the right, gives away the free kick. This is a live wire forward. You know something's going to happen when it goes in the area. Kick across. Once again, look to switch the play. Smith. Booming kick. Down the boundary line, and that's gone out of bounds on the full. That's the risk you take. So what can the Bombers mount? They move forward. It's this kick they need to find something. Got a downfield. That'll help. And Fitzgerald very quick to take on. He wants to go forward, but unfortunately not going to be able to do that. So Lee Steer with the shot on goal. Good run up. Awkward looking kick, but has it got the distance? Just falls short. Plenty of students there, just kicking it out of the area. What have they got now, the Bombers? They can run on. Kick around the corner. It's just offline. Margin back to 14. There's time call for a cramp. I don't know if you can call time on for that. You've got to get him out of the area. I understand it if it's a different injury, but surely for a cramp. Comes out. Wilson with the big mark. Strudwick just couldn't get his fingertips on it. Does so now. Just smothers the kick off the boot. Goes back. Strudwick again. Good little touch. Get it back, Teddy. Throws it on the boot. That was a kick there off the boot of Codling. And put that one down to Codling, but just put a little asterisk. Teddy Strudwick, some good work off the ball. And they get one back. They won't go away, the Bombers. Margin reduced to 8 points here at Henson Park. The game's still very much alive. 12 minutes ticked on in the final quarter. And the Bombers, can they get back to back? Reduce the margin again. They've been within 2 points on a number of occasions this afternoon. Just haven't been able to go on with it. Students who get the clearance. Botten Noonan. Good work by Wason. Gets the ball going forward. Puts it out into space. But there is his head clash counterpart in Perry. And he puts them forward again. Students now. Top of the square. 2-on-1. Has to be good. Does very well there. Does Voyage. And they clear the area. Put it into space. This will be a good result if this one trickles out. It won't go. It's going to sit up. And it'll be out now. Fitzgerald didn't really have anything other option to go to. Wilson back in the ruck, up against Parsons. Wilson just shepherds the ball, waiting for it to fall at the feet. In there for the Bombers is Foster. And they just scrub it forward. It goes out of bounds with another boundary throw in. .13.5 played. It's the Students by 8 points. They've been out as much as 16 throughout the day, so it's been a very tight affair. And that could be holding the ball there if the umpire sees it. They saw it differently. They go forward, the Students. Oh, good mark taken by Evan Smith. And he will have another shot on goal. Keep your eyes out for the little stutter, skip, step, hop. Certainly taking his entire allotted time is Evan Smith. Lights come on here at Henson Park. Smith, there it is. Comes around on a wide arc. Track this one in. Just comes back too far. And just the minor score. 9 points to margin. As you said, we'll bring you a game each week live in the AFL Sydney competition. And for all the details, make sure you head to sydneyafl.com.au. The Bombers, they need to get another goal on the board, and they need to get it quickly. This will be a free kick pushing the back. It's against Lee Steer. Just put the big mid up. They're red hot on that. Smith again. This time goes short. Kick just over. And Haddon goes back, does well. Puts his body on the line. Good work by Perry. Goes back. It wasn't Perry. There was Derricks. And free kick again, this time against Wason. And slow to get up. Here's Josh Smith.
Where's your teammates?
Smith now gives it off. Gives it to Fremantle. Gets rid of one. Goes forward again, the big left boot. Plenty of Bombers around this one. Lee Steer, he's been good for the Bombers today. So he's cramping up a little bit. He's been a pillar of strength. He worked around the ground. That kick not a great one, just out to space. Here comes Smith again. Puts the handball up. The Bombers, oh, that's inventive. And probably won't get the Peyton. Here we go again. Casperson, left boot, goes home. This one, geez, it would have been an awkward bounce. And now the Bombers, they need to find some space on the outside. This is not going to be the kick, though. Oh! Evan Smith, Ricky Ponting style. Couldn't quite bring it in. And the ball will go out. Good result for the Bombers. They were outnumbered. Parsons up against Wilson. Parsons wants to get a run of it. That's not a great throw in. The umpire will say, have a throw that one in again. And they'll reset. Wilson just plonks himself and then puts the big body on the line. Fantastic. They haven't been able to combat it all day. Now, Lee Steer, the big tackle. The umpire's seen a free kick, holding the ball. And they want to get away with it. Fitzgerald, once again, wants to move the ball on quickly. They've not been kind to him. We'll get it back here again now. Just has to go the other way. Straight down the middle. Good work there. Well read by Doug Haddon. Now they've got some space on the left boot. Going forward, looking for Monk. Goes one way, works his way back on the left. Swung it round a little bit too far. And just the minor score. They need to convert. Now they got 2 on 1, but the kick's good enough. Goes to Smith. He's worked his way up the ground. He's been fantastic this afternoon. Ball comes forward. Wason traps this one, gives it off. Need to find a target forward. Looking there. Oh, good work brought in there from Voyage. Goes one way, goes the other. Has to get the handball off, and he handballed it through the goals. Just didn't have any support. Margin 7 points. They come back through the middle. Oh, just needed to be a little bit harder at the ball there, Parsons. But the mark was taken by Rawlinson. Goes wide. 18.5 minutes played. The margin 7 points. Perry willing his teammates to come forward. In the end, goes long down the line. Plenty of Bombers here. Comes to the back of the pack. Now they need to work it through. The kick, not a good one. Puts his teammate under pressure. Smith needed to attack the ball a little harder. They know they're doing that now. And at the bottom of the pack there is Foster for the Bombers. The umpire will ball this one up. Time running out for the Bombers. They need to muster something here quickly. And that's just too easy. And Haddon tries to get the tackle, and he affects the spoil of his ball went forward. Once again, they've got the ball in their attacking zone. Monk. Oh, good pick up by Fajavani. Goes on the right boot. Has he swung this one back? No, but the margin now, 6 points. That makes it interesting. 19.5 minutes played. Short kick out from defence. Need to go 1-on-1. Just willing to kick it around the students. Now they've opened up a little bit of space. got some room to move. They go for one-on-one. Will the ball sit? It sits beautifully. And the kick around the corner. Thank you very much. That could be the game. Matthew Powies worked it so well. They just added a little bit of space open up for them on this near side. And he was able to get on the end of it and just work the kick nicely and guided it through. Margin out to a more comfortable 12 points as we tick into time on. Really haven't been able to break the game open, the students, but they've been in front all day. And a free kick here is not going to help the Bombers' causes. They go forward again. Wason sets himself for the spoil, does so. Ball comes forward. And the tackle applied, but it sits up nicely there for that. It was Derrick's, and he's kicked the goal, and you got to say that's the sealer. The wind comes out of the sails of the Bombers. The students skip out to an 18-point margin. They have had their chances, the Bombers, this afternoon. They were unable to put them away. They've had 18 scoring shots to 16. And if you recall in that third quarter, a number of out of bounds on the full. It really could have been scoring opportunities. In the end, it looks like the students are going to be too good in this round one clash. Lee Steer into the ruck now, gets over the top of Wilson. But the students are able to get the clearance again. Go back. Oh, good work. Jinked and weaved, got through traffic. The kick left a little bit to be desired. The mark taken. And 50-metre penalty given. Saunders. Not the greatest generous 50-metre penalties. Saunders now moves the ball. Tries to find a target in Strudwick. Finds him. Now toying with the pocket. Goes sideways. And a well-weighted kick in the arms of McKenzie. McKenzie now goes short, and that's been much better by the Bombers going forward. Hayres now with the mark. Needs to kick a goal, but he needs to kick it quickly. 22, nearly 23 minutes played. Hayres needs to kick the goal. And that's not going to win it. Just a minor score. 76 plays 59. As I said, that's 19 scoring shots to 16. And they've had plenty of the football too, the Bombers. Just lacking that forward target. And now they've got an opportunity. He's gone over the line again. That's 2 in the one game. And, ball will come back. So time is against them. Maxie Wilson just almost stands right next to the umpire as he throws it up. And the ruck in here, the umpire will have a close look. He's going to ping him, pulls the trigger, holding the ball. It's against Glenn Smith. And understands the task at hand. Jack Campbell with the ball. Wilson. Well, Campbell puts it through. They get one back, the Bombers. They need a couple more. Do they have the time? Margin back to 11 points in Sydney University's favour. Round one, Sydney University versus North Shore. 25 minutes played. Wilson up in the ruck, just pops it down. This time the Bombers are good enough. Haddon gets the ball going forward. Now Parsons on the right boot. They can get another one. They'll make it interesting. Oh, good grab there by Monk. Takes it to diving mark. Now needs to go back, slot the goal. 25 minutes played. Time enough if good enough. This to reduce the margin to 5 points and make it very interesting. Knows the enormity of the task. Monk knows he needs to get there quickly, and the helicopter punt does him no favours and just pushes it to the right. And Sydney Uni should just really maintain the possession here and ride this one home. 1 on 3, wasting the one, just outnumbered. Now the students can run. Handball over. Good attack of the football late in the game, and nice setup. And Evan Smith with another mark in the forward 50. Close to best on, I reckon, for the students. He's really giving them that focus up forward. They've had a number of contributors across the park. And just the mark and the ensuing time it's taken to have the kick is almost lights out for the Bombers in this round 1 clash. Plenty of football to be played, obviously, in 2014. But a good opening stanza for the students. And he kicks truly. And Evan Smith, a little bit of cream on top of his game. Margin out to 16 points. We've played nearly 27 minutes of this final quarter. And the Chocolates are going to go to the Bombers, to the students. As we've mentioned throughout the call, maybe a very different students lineup that comes out in round 2, having the luxury of a bye in the NEFL in round 1. And as the rules are, there's no issues with playing a few of their probably considered NEFL players in round 1. This ball comes out clear. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just hit the boot. As the siren sounds here at Henson Park, and it's an opening round win to the Sydney University students, and a good one for that. They were challenged most of the afternoon, but in the end were good enough to get home, and they celebrate accordingly. As the game now all done and dusted here at Henson Park. 13-4-82 Sydney University. The margin in the end, 16 points over North Shore. They came. They just couldn't get their noses in front, the Bombers. And in the end, Sydney University get the 4 points, and they start their 2014 season with a win here at Henson Park. It was a good day for footy. As we said, plenty of weather around during the week, playing havoc with a lot of the scheduling in Sydney footy, but you wouldn't know it from the state of Henson Park and the game we played here today. In the end, the students come away with the win. 16 points was the margin. 13-4-82. North Shore 9-12-66. Keep your eye out for the mark that was taken in that third quarter by some name escapes me at the moment. Barnes it was, Kelvin Barnes. You'll see that footage a couple of times, I'm sure, throughout the week. But in the end here at Henson Park, all done and dusted. Congratulations to Sydney University students. They get their season off to a good start. We're going to wrap it up here on AFL Sydney Live. It's been a pleasure bringing you the game here at Henson Park. Keep your eye on sydneyafl.com.au for the schedule. We're bringing you a game each week live on AFL Sydney. Join us again next week as we bring you more action. But here, it's the students by 16.